to welcome you to the third annual Christmas in July event, Crafty Christmas in July 2023. This is hosted by me, Terry Lee from Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, and Lisa Fisher from Lisa's Paper Lace and Bling Facebook group and Paper Lace and Bling Etsy shop. Now this year we've got 13 collaborators and they're going to do 8 videos each, so that gets you 101 videos. I'll be doing 23 videos, 24 videos, so that will give you 24 chances to win in the giveaway. Actually, I got ahead of myself. You're going to have 101 videos to watch from the collaborators. You're going to have 23 videos from me. You're going to have, I'm not sure how many from Lisa, but she does a full month as well. And the hashtag for this project is Crafty Christmas in July 2023. Now, I'm also, for Sweet Pea Papers and the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, as usual for the last 3 years, I'm going to have the Crafty Christmas in July 2023 Sweet Pea Papers giveaway. And I'm not going to go in complete detail on this. Watch the video on July 1st, and that introduces the giveaway and everything that we're going to do for this month. So there's 2 easy ways to enter, and there's 8 great prizes. It runs from July 1st through July 31st, and I'm going to have the drawing on August 1st. I'm going to record it live and then publish it to YouTube. You need to watch the drawing video, the last video on August 1st, to see if you've won. I'm not going to post the winners in the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group. You have to watch the video to see if you've won. Okay, the 2 easy ways to enter. The first way is when you're watching these videos, the Crafty Christmas in July 2023 videos from Sweet Pea Papers. All you have to do is make a comment underneath, be a subscriber, and if you're out of the country, please put your country. Because of the 8 great prizes, 3 are digital, and that's how it opens up to international entries. So I need to know what country you're from if you're not from the U.S. If you're from the U.S., you don't have to post that. The other way to enter is to go to the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, and every post you make of a picture, a video, or uploading a video or a YouTube link will get you an entry as long as you have the hashtag Crafty Christmas in July 2023 in your post in the Facebook group. Now, this is new. We're doing a project/challenge today. This is for week 1, and it's going to run from the 2nd through the 7th. I know this is only a 5-day one instead of a 7, but it's just because of the way the timing falls for where the first of the month is. So, let's see, what was I going to say? Yeah, the second way to enter is in the Facebook group, and you can enter as many times as you want, as many posts as you make. Each post is an entry, and so you can end up with tons and tons of chances to win. Okay? Paper Lace and Bling Etsy shop by Lisa's, let me start that over. Paper Lace and Bling Etsy shop by Lisa Fisher, who owns that shop, is going to have a special for the whole month of July, and that is with every purchase of $15 or more, you'll receive a free yard of lace. Just follow the shop, click the red heart or the heart and make it red, and then place your order. And then once you've followed the shop and your order's over $35, then you get free shipping too. You don't need a coupon or anything or the hashtag or anything like that. You just automatically get the discount if you meet the qualifications. And it runs July 1st through July 31st, just like the rest of the event. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get to project number 1 or challenge number 1. We're going to make a, let's see, what are we going to call this? A double window tag with tags. I guess that's what we'll call it. I'm not sure. Now, the first kit that I used for the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer Little Golden Book Ringbound Journal, which is going to start tomorrow, and then it's going to skip the 4th of July, and then on the 5th will be video 2, and so on and so forth, all the way through the 10th, or all the way through the 10 videos. Now, for that project, I used a kit by Kyung Shotwell called Vintage Christmas Day. For the second project, yes, there's 2 this month, another 10-part project, I used a kit called Frozen Christmas, and that's a Victoria Designs project, which of course you can do with whatever papers you want. If you don't want to buy the Victoria Design papers, I understand that they're a little expensive. I just happen to love them, and as you can tell from the last few projects, I'm addicted to them. So today we're going to use December to Remember by Line Dot Arrow, and all 3 of the kits. There's also a kit that was donated. All 3 of these kits, plus 1 more, were donated to the collaborators so that they could use them in their projects, whichever one, or combining whichever they want to do. Now, the 4th kit is called Blue Christmas, and that's by Denise Marvet. And all the links are below. The donations to the collaborator, the kits, Kyung, Nathalie, and Denise, I'm so sorry, they are all collaborators as well, so they're in the collaborators links, and remember the whole list is below. This year I added their Etsy shops, not just their YouTube channels, but their Etsy shops, their Instagram accounts. If they have a link tree that has all the links on it, then I've added that as well. So you've got lots of choices. Make sure to visit their projects, and then also visit their shops and Instagrams and all that. Okay, I think I finally have it all done. So we're going to use this die kit, which of course, as we all know, is my new favorite. And I think we're going to use this size right here. Let me see if I can do this. This is the one we're going to use, and it's got the crinkly edges. It looks like torn paper. And then these are the papers we're going to use, and it's going to be fun. And it may go over an hour. I'm not sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to fold this one in half. Yes, that's right. We're going to fold this one in half, like so, with the decorated side on the inside. That'll be the center. Okay. One of these days I will learn how to fold in the center. Then we'll cut each of these into singles. So we're going to have this single and this single. No, this single and this single. Is that right? Did I do it wrong? Did I do it wrong? No, I did not. Okay, so we're going to cut these in half. And we're going to mark the width, because these are, I forgot to mention, I trimmed them already. These are in European size. So it's going to have a bigger border on the top and the bottom. For some reason, I had a smaller border on the side the way I printed it, which is not full page. Not fit to page and not full page. I turned both of those settings off. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure where the half is, and then we will fold them in half, or cut them in half. My pencil was all the way over on my computer desk. Go figure. I must have had it in my hand and then gone over there. So we're going to cut these in half here. And I was thinking of cutting these down a little bit so that they weren't the size of a full page. But you know what? I think I'm going to leave them because then you could sew it in the middle as a center page. Okay? So we're going to cut them in half. Where's my line? I just saw it a minute ago. Okay, now we were going to use this half and this half. I'm pretty sure. Then we're going to need 2 cards, and we're going to use this side of this one and this side of this one to make the cards, and we'll set that to the side for right now. So now we're going to take all 4 of these. How did I manage to do that? Oh, here's the folded in half one. All right. Oh, this is going to be a card. Possibly. So we're going to take these 2. We're going to paper clip them to this one. And then we're going to cut this out in the shape of a tag. Oh, I'm going to be able to do the next size bigger window. So I'm going to draw a line because I can't hold them up and cut them. Of course, with 4, probably can't either. I'm going to flip this over. This is just my health card, and it's expired, so I just cut 4 random angles on here, and I use them to make angles for cards. How can those be? How can those have moved? Sorry if you're seeing the top of my head. And I'm growing my hair out so the top is all white. Decided to not color it and see what it looked like. It's terrifying. I think it makes me look 10 years older, but my friends are encouraging me to at least try it all the way until I decide what I like better. I kind of think I've already decided, but I'm not going to go back and color it again until it's completely grown out. Okay, now let's take these And let's washi them together, because we have to take the paper clips out. Hopefully we'll be able to get the washi off once it's been through the die cutting machine, because it squishes everything. I'm going to do one more at the top, just to make double, triple sure. And then we'll take the paper clips off. Now, this may not take an hour after all, or over an hour after all. You never know. We could have a large mistake and have to start over. Okay. Like the die not cutting through all 4 pieces. That could be a problem. But I have a solution to the problem, and I have paper already cut for it. So we don't have to worry about that. All right, let's get out the one size bigger. Yeah. Uh-oh. Wasn't exactly what I meant to do. This comes with a little, like a nameplate thing too. I'm not really sure why, but it does. I forgot I had this folded to where the tape part was stuck on the inside, so I didn't have trouble getting them in and out. Now let's take this. I don't normally do that, but let's go ahead and do it this time. Let me get this little piece off. It's where it was attached to the others. Okay. Blades down. Let's see where we want this. I think right here is good. I just moved the bottom, so you want to double check before you put your washi on the bottom, because it can still move side to side. Alright, now we're going to run it through the die cutter and see what happens. We may have to do the bottom 2 again, but we'll have the outline. If it doesn't cut through, we'll have the outline, so we'll know where to put the die. Believe it or not, it was June, and I was looking for my hand warmers yesterday, and I couldn't find them, and they were laying on the die cut machine for some unknown reason. Okay. So let's put these on here. And let's hope it cuts through all 4. We'll run it through twice. Now bang bang and make a big bang and a big jiggle of the camera, so yeah, it's going to. Yeah, it doesn't feel like my handle's not attached. It came undone. It came off. The screw came out and I lost it. So we'll do it again. That felt better. Because if it's already cut through the first 2, then the blade is on the second 2. And I've cut through 4 before, but it wasn't 65 pound. That's what I'm using, is 65 pound cardstock. And I printed it on the white because It's got a vellum finish on it. It's made by Neenah, N-E-E-N-A-H. And it looks like it did. It went all the way through. Now we have to be careful, believe it or not, taking the washi off. Anyway, it's got a vellum finish. That's the one you want to get. There's not going to be a PDF for this one. I usually make a PDF that tells you step by step what I did, because these are craft alongs. Most of you know how to do what I do, but you'll know step by step what I did to get some of my crazy stuff. And for the first project, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the ring-bound book, there's going to be a PDF for that one. And for Frozen Christmas, there definitely is one. Look at that. You can save those and use them for cards. Not in this project, but in any other project. Let's see if we can get all of this tape off. So what we're going to have is we're going to have a double clear window all the way through. So you'll be able to see when you take your two cards out, you'll be able to see all the way through the card. So I think that's a pretty cool idea. One more. The reason I'm doing it really slow is sometimes when you squish it through the die cut machine, it will actually stick the washi to the paper hard enough that it will pull your paper up. So now we have to ink everything. I guess we could have inked the outsides already, but it seems kind of silly to do it all twice. So we're going to have to ink this one. See what we ended up with? Isn't that pretty? And we can even fold it this way now that it came out so well. Let's fold it this way. I think that will make a prettier front. I wasn't sure how big of a window we were going to do. Anyway, the inking is still the same. And when we make the tags, excuse me, when we make the tags, we're going to make them rectangular. We're not going to try to make them the cards. I mean, we're not going to try to make the cards into tags. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. You can make a tag that fits all the way in and then just trim the edges to make it into a tag-shaped card. And I have to get my Christmas charms out. I already had them put away. I had everything put away and all of my scraps thrown away. I think this is a pretty kit. I think the other two are pretty as well. I love the Victoria Designs kit, of course. I better for what I paid for it. I kind of wish you guys would watch more of those, because they have some unique pages and flips and flaps and things like that that I haven't put in other books. And the only difference is the paper that you use if you don't use the Victoria Designs paper that I used, which is the Frozen Christmas. So really and truly, believe it or not, getting 30 views a video is not what I was going for. So if you haven't watched any of those, any of the fairy videos, winter fairies, spring fairies, I'm going to make a summer fairies, but I may just make it as a flip through like I did woodland fairies. I'm making a whole set. Woodland fairies, I just made a flip through because I actually sent that out as a gift. I made a surprise gift for my friend Joy from JJ with Joy Facebook group. And she had been asking me for a book. And then she saw the fairy books I was making, and she was like, oh, I don't have a fairy book. I would love to have a fairy book, hint, hint. And so we craft and chat every night, usually for 3 to 5 or 6 hours. It just depends. They stay up late, and they're late risers. I don't stay up as late. I usually leave before they do. And as you know, I'm an early riser. I get up anywhere from 10 o'clock the night before, usually about 1:30. And then I go to bed about 8. Sometimes 9. Well, 9 o'clock. Let's say 9 o'clock. Sorry about all the inking, but we couldn't really do it ahead of time. You know, before I cut the papers at all. So we have to do it now. And you have to do the insides of your windows, don't forget. And it tends to ink a little darker, so you might want to kind of keep an eye on that unless you like it darker than the edges, which I don't mind. I like being able to see the edge. I'm going to have to grab a piece of acetate. If you have your acetate in a package... Oh, anyway, let me finish my story. So, I decided to make her a fairy book, which is Woodland Fairies. And that goes along with the other 2 fairy books by Victoria Designs. I just love the papers. And so while we're crafting and chatting every night, I am quietly making her entire book. And she has no idea. She asked me what I'm working on, and I'm like, oh, I'm working on a book that I'm not going to record a video for. And, did I do this side already? So you know, I'm crafting along. Usually I'm just chatting because I'm tired. I've been crafting from 1:30 in the morning until about anywhere from 8 to 10. And I do try to take a little nap. Anywho, I got it all ready, and she didn't know. And I didn't show him the book at all. And I said, oh, I'm just making it for me. It's no big deal. It's just this little project that I'm doing. And and then I sent it to her as a surprise. She got the package, and she messaged me, or, you know, chat. And she's like, you know, I got this package from you and it feels like a book. So I thought I would call you and open it in front of you. And I started laughing. And so she opens the package and it's the book, you know, and she's flipping through it. And I had to tell her where some of the places where they were kind of hidden. Yay. I always like that. And she's still, you know, obviously going to have to go back through and check everything out because there's so many flips and flaps and all that. But anyway, she really liked it. So, you know, you can make a book as a surprise. It's kind of fun. I think all of our time for this project is going to be taken up by inking. Did I ink the inside on the... Yeah, I did. Now all we have to do is the back of this one and both tags. Oh, it looks like I inked that. And I inked that. And I inked both of those. Well, alright then. So now we just have to do this one. And the other one. It's easier, once I had cut these into tag shapes, I should have inked them because it's easier to ink them. It's a little more solid when you don't have the hole in there already. The reason we have to cut these two singles is so that we have something to put the plastic, the acetate, in between. You can't just glue the plastic on the back. We also could make a shaker card out of it for the holidays. That would be fun. And just use 2 pieces of acetate in each window and put some of the shakies in between. Put all my lace away too. So what we'll probably do is make this on camera, and then we will, and then you can decorate it yourself. You know, do whatever it is that you want to do, clusters and lace and whatever. And I'll do what I'm going to do, and then you'll see it in the pictures for the project. That's probably what we'll do. Depends on how much time we have. If I can grab my lace. We still have to make the cards. I almost thought I was done with this one. Now I'm inking both sides, even though we're only going to see one side of these two. But you can still see it, the edges, and you don't want the white edge around the inside of the window on one half, you know, down in here. These turned out nice. I think it's kind of a cool idea to have a card with the windows all the way through. I've never made one before. I was happy that it came out correctly. All I have to do is remember to glue them on its pockets. Oh, see, you guys made me snort laugh. That's not fair. And I'm starving. I've started taking a walk every morning at either 6:30 or 7, something like that. I always start things on the half an hour. Can't just all of a sudden have the alarm go off at some crazy time and go for a walk. Isn't that funny? It's my OCD. And a couple other things. Make me feel weird if I don't do things on at a certain time. I really like going at 5:30 or 6. I don't like waiting until 7. However, Joy and I walk together a lot, but we're 2 hours apart. She's 2 hours ahead of me, and she usually likes to walk around 10. So then I have to wait until 8, but that's okay. We take our phones with us and we video chat while we walk. So we have a walking group where anybody can come in with us and chat and walk. We keep each other company as if somebody was actually physically walking right with us, right next to us. It's really fun. If you're interested, I mean, I don't mind promoting another group. Go over to JJ with Joy, and that is the initials JJ, which it stands for Junk Journal with Joy. But and then ask her about the group, and she'll add you in. There's also the nightly chat where we craft and chat. We usually start anywhere between 5 and 6 my time, so that's Pacific. So that's 7 to 6 to 8 their time, which is Central, Joy time we call it, because her group, so everything's on her time. And then there's also an exercise group where we do exercises at 2. We're all trying to get fit. Sitting around all winter kind of got us. Okay, let me get the acetate. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. This is really staticky. I need a dryer sheet. Goodness. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I thought I already had one over here. If you take the dryer sheet and wipe it on the acetate, it gets rid of the static. You have to do both sides. See? It doesn't completely get rid of it, but it really helps. See? You have to be careful. You shouldn't use a new one like I just did. I didn't realize, but it got dryer sheet stuff all on the acetate. So I should have used one that had already been through the dryer. I'm not going to use that till I can clean it off. So I guess we'll use a staticky one. Yeah, I don't have one over here. Okay. So we're going to need 2 pieces of acetate, and I'm going to put them on these because it's easier. Now, I want this side to show, so I'm going to put the acetate on this side. Sharpie markers will write on your acetate. You may have to write on it just a little bit to get it going. Nope, this one's going to work right away. Oh, there we go. I use red because it's easier to see than black. Plus, it's an ultra fine point. Anyway, what I was going to say about walking is usually I have breakfast when I get back, and I forgot. Oops. So now I'm starving. Wait for the... I should store it upside down, but... I'm always afraid it will leak out. Working on this glass surface, you can see, believe it or not, you can see the acetate. Remember to glue all 4 sides down securely. Because you're going to be putting a card in and out, so you don't want it to get caught. Okay, so there's that one. And now we have this one, which I think we might be able to use this one for. Wow, that's going to be really tight. I'm going to get out another full piece. Don't worry, I paper clip the scraps together, or the offcuts together, and I use them for smaller windows. But you got to put a paper clip on them or you lose them. Can't find them. Okay, we want this side out. Try not to get a red dot on the paper if you're using the front side to measure. Oh, I must have turned this the other way. I was like, why is this piece so wide? Wish I'd have thought to do that on this first one. So anyway, I've been walking for 3 weeks and I've only lost 2 pounds, but I couldn't walk very far at the beginning. I have, well, I'm disabled. I have problems with my back, my knees, my legs. So I wasn't walking that far. The first week I had to get used to it. Then I was walking with Joy, and she said we walked a mile. We did it in 20 minutes, which may not be fast for you guys, but for me, I felt like Speedy Gonzales. So I've now lost 2.5 pounds. So that's good for me. I only need to lose about 10. So just a little bit. Just got a little bit of that tummy going on. Alright. So now we're going to take these and we're just going to glue them to the inside of this, and we're going to do it so that they're pockets. Okay. So we've got these two. Now this one, yeah, that's going to be the front. That's going to be the front. So now let's take these. I'm going to flip this one over to the side we have the acetate glued on. And we're going to glue all the way around and across here. And then on 3 sides. Let's see now. If we want to make this a pocket on this side, I want to make it a pocket on this side. So this is the side I want to leave open. So you have to check and see which side, so you know which side to leave open. And then you just glue around like you would a regular pocket. Because you want them to open facing out. And we're going to line them up. And make sure you line them up correctly. If you have to, yeah, I should have glued this one on this side because this one's going to be a little different. Make sure that you don't have too much of a pucker here, even though you're going to have some, unfortunately. Don't really know why, but so then let's do the other side. We want this side to show. We want no glue here, so we're just going to flip it over and we'll glue across from where the bottom of the tag top is, and then across, then down, then we're going to glue it from here to here to there. Okay? And then you want to leave it just a smidge away from the center, so that's why we're going to have to trim it. Oh, these windows are backwards. Oh, that one turned out right. Oh, this one has to be glued onto the front. Like this for the windows to match. Because see, this one's fine. I can't do this one that way. It's got to go this way, so it has to be, this way has to be up. Which is fine. No, it isn't, because we glued the acetate on here. Shoot. Alright, the solution to this is to make this one not a window and just glue a tag on here. Because if we put this one on this way, then the windows are not going to line up and it's going to look bad. So we're going to have to cut another tag. Oh, look. So we'll glue this on as a pocket. By gluing this side, then we'll trim the top into the tag. Solution. So it's not going to shine all the way through or show all the way through. This one's going to have a back. So when we take the card out, it's going to have an inside, which is going to be this, which is fine. And then this is going to match up because it's the other half of the page. Then we'll have our Merry Christmas. And we'll have writing space. So that worked out all right. So now I'm just going to trim this. Oh, I didn't ink it. Oh, I couldn't until we cut it. Oh, you know what? If we fold it back the other way, then the window that goes all the way through will be on the front. So if we fold it this way, then the window that goes all the way through will be on the front. Okay. solution. Okay, now all we have to do is make the tags, or the cards, I mean. It's too bad about that. That would have looked really nice. So, try this one. You put the part you want to save inside, so even though this picture's upside down, it doesn't matter. We want to cut the tag out so that it saves that. We're only cutting it one way right now, which is for the height. So we still need to take a little more off, so I'm going to take it off from the top. That's going to look nice. And we're going to cut it off here. Oh, maybe we should trim just a smidge off the top. Then, where did I mark for the, oh, there it is. That's going to look nice. Now, because of the way we glued it, let's finish this card. Now, since we're going to have two tags, we're going to want to fit each one individually into its pocket. Do you see what I mean? Because the way we glued it, they may not be exactly the same size. What did I do? Almost seems like I should take another smidge off. And it should go all the way back. Anyway, since we're going to have two cards, somehow I think it's having a problem with the acetate. Oh, it's catching on the back of the window. Oh, look, I didn't even put it between the two acetates. What did I do? Oh. All right, we're going to have to make this a two-parter because to fix this, I'm going to have to take this off and put acetate in here. I don't know what I was thinking. Couldn't figure out why it was getting caught on the other window. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. Uh-oh. I think we can glue that. It's right in the poinsettia. Alright, so when we come back, we'll fix this, and then it won't be very long. Well, let's just cut a piece of acetate real quick. Oh, I had that one bigger piece, didn't I? That I didn't have when I did the other one. Yeah, I've got plenty. So let's do this. Let's do it. So we need to put acetate on this side. And then glue this back on, because that way we have our window on both sides. Well, you know, things happen. It's not going to take that long to fix this. And it was catching on the window. That's what it was catching on. Okay, now the first thing we want to do is we want to fix that little tear. And we want to see the white on the back so that we don't see it on the front. Okay, and then we're going to glue the acetate down. Can't believe I forgot to do that. We have a window that shows through both ways. And so I left one side of the acetate out. It happens. That's a good thing about using Fabri-Tac. Now, if we'd have used what do you call it? Art glitter glue, the whole thing would have been done for. There's no way you would have been able to take it apart to put the acetate on. It would have dried. Okay, so now we have the acetate on this side as well. Now we need to glue them together again. And we're leaving this side open. So we're gonna you can see where the glue was or is. Stuck my finger in the glue. Then we're going to glue it on this way. Just make sure the window lines up. Okay, so we still have that. I think we wanted this as the front, didn't we? Oh, that doesn't work that way. Sure it does. It gives us a prettier front. I'm going to do it this way. And then our card should fit in. Yay, look at that. And you want it to be even here. And we need to ink the card. Yeah, I don't have any time to squeeze in a second video for this. The schedule is full. I just decided to do these at the last minute on Sundays. So now the other one, let's check the other side. If it fits in this side as well, we can just cut this one the same size and not have to go through all that measuring. I'll just trace this right out. I think that's going to show in the window nicely. Could have been up just a little bit higher. Go a little crazy when the scissors get close. Like I said, going around this just a smidge bigger. The other card was just a little small. So that saved us time. Got kind of a funny little hitch in the corner, but I don't think anyone will notice. Now we've got this paper. And I need to ink both cards. Now, when we put the tabs on, oh, I need to erase the pencil on this one. When we put the tabs, I'm going to put one towards the top and one towards the bottom, because when we put our charms on, then we don't want them lined right up. We want one up a little bit and one down a little bit. And you can actually write on this, the back of the card. Saves you from having to ink it or, stencil it or something, doesn't it? I would still put on the one that does show. I would maybe put a little bit of lace or something, or stencil, because this one could, I don't know. I wish I had thought more about what I had printed on the back of these, but I didn't know which ones I was going to use. So, like I said, we'll just put one a little bit above the center and one a little bit below the center. And you have to make sure to put them on the correct side. Let's ink two of these. If you don't like the backs of the cards, then you can always just make the one a window one way like this one, or you can glue two cards together, like since I cut this one out exactly like that one, well, a little bit bigger, I can make it a little bit smaller. I could actually glue these two together and make a card that faced out both ways. And now that I say that, I'm really tempted to do that. I think I will, and find a one-sided picture for this one. But somehow I think this glue has set too long. There's no acetate in this one. It's okay if it tears. We're going to glue it back together. How did I miss? We're just going to fold this out. How did I do that? That's how I did it. This is insane. I can't believe how bad I messed this up. Really. I mean, seriously. Because I switched it around. So I ended up with only one. Or, yeah. Only one that had acetate. I don't know how I managed that. This is embarrassing, you guys. I mean, seriously. Well, I guess it shows you how to fix a mistake. Two mistakes. Well, it was one mistake, and then when I flipped it over to fix the mistake, then that made the second mistake. Yes, I'm bound and determined not to start over from scratch and have to re-record it. Bound and determined. trying very hard not to make a crease, but I think I did. Oh, come on. Remember, we want to leave the pocket. There we go. Just have to fix this little area right here. Okay, now we've got it. Now I'm going to trace and cut out the other pocket and put the tab on it. And then do that for the pictures. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to glue these two together, but first I'm going to cut out another one this size, which I don't have one printed out. I think that's what my problem is right now, as far as making a card that has an image on both sides. So I just printed out a few random ones. Well, I've got Merry Christmas on one side and the flowers on the back side. Anyway, okay, I'll figure it out. So that's what all we have left to do is trace the cards. So you have a front and a back for this one. Then glue these two together, or even glue these two together. And then it'll look like a border, or you can trim it down and still have a smaller card. Yeah. No. We will make a bigger card and then another smaller card. And then we'll glue them together and then put them in. Put the tabs on. Okay, so let's use the bigger one for this. It's the one with the funny corner. Yes, I didn't have it on there straight. Could I possibly mess up any more? I mean, is it possible? I don't think so. Really, I don't. Honest and truly. I knew the top of that didn't look right. What did I do? Oh, here. So, apparently, this is a tutorial on how not to do this. This is awful for a craft along, obviously. So, what you want to do is fold for the card, make 2 additional pieces, cut them for the shape of the card, all 4 of them, cut the windows out. That's where our mistakes started, was right there. And then, yeah, we got that crooked one here. Then, put acetate everywhere you need to. And then make 2 cards. I think it just looks better on the double one. Oh, we only need 1 that way. You can put this one in here the way it is. There's no back. You know what I mean? So we'll put this one in here. We'll make this one 2-sided. Let's ink this. All right. I had to take a swig of pop while I was waiting for that glue to get down there. I think I will put a little wiggle room on here. And then I am going to put a little in the center because we're not going to... We could have made this into another pocket, if you know what I mean. But I'm not going to push my luck. I traced them without flipping them over, so the opposite corners are goofy. See? Okay, so I'll trim that up and re-ink it. This is what our final would look like. Let's put the tab on this one, since I have to trim that one. And put the tab on this one. And remember, we're going to put this one a little bit above half. I don't have a plastic pop bottle to make into one of those that you put your glue in upside down, because I don't drink pop out of the out of the 20-ounce, you know, bottles. Okay, so we got that on there. Everything's inked. And then we just put the little hole in. I think I'm going to put a little bit closer to the bottom because of the bulb pin. We're at 1.5 hours because of my mistakes. I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay. Ta-da! We have a card done. This whole back side is done, except for any ephemera or anything you want to put on the very back. Okay, so that's going to look like that. Then this card, we glue it together and put the tab on. Then you'll put it in here. And you put the tab below the center. Okay. Oh, that turned out cute. Oh, look at that. I love it. I'll probably put this side in the back because it's got a little bit of a writing space, and we'll put this side in the front. And then I would have liked this on the front and this on the back, but that's okay. And then you put the tab on and the charm a little bit below the center so that they don't line up completely. And then you put your lace and stuff on, whatever you want to do. So you've got 3 windows. One doesn't go through, one goes all the way through. So when you take the card out, then you see the inside of the card. Okay? Alright, well that's it for this video. I'm so sorry it ran so long, but at least now you know how to fix 2 catastrophic mistakes and still end up with the product that you want. Okay? Alright, well, Well, I will see you in the next video. That will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, bye-bye.